They flew me to the bottom of the world to translate the oldest thing anyone had ever found. I still do not understand most of it, and I am no longer sure they ever wanted me to. What matters about me is one small, useless thing. I read dead languages, not the famous ones, the truly dead, the ones with no descendants, no Rosetta Stone, no living mouth left to check them against. There are perhaps a dozen people alive who can do what I do, and I know every one of them by name. What none of us knew, what I did not learn until much later, was that I was the only one on that list who was also dying. 3 months a widower. A year, the doctor said, if I was lucky, and from the way he said it, I knew he did not think I would be. A woman called Holt met me off the plane. No welcome, no small talk. She took me down through 2 miles of ice, through doors that sealed behind us, into a cavern that has no business existing under that much frozen rock. On the way down, she mentioned lightly that 3 people had already worked on what she was about to show me. She did not say where those 3 were now, and the careful way she did not say it sat in my chest the whole way down. And there it stood, a door, but not a door built for us, twice my height, and then half as much again, standing upright on nothing at all. So tall and so broad that whoever made it was not shaped like a man, or did not care to feel small in front of it. 4 flat faces, one for each point of the compass, a deep socket set into the center, and carved over every inch of it. The language, my language, the dead one. Whoever built it did not build it for people. You feel that before you can explain it. You stand in its shadow, with the lights buzzing and the ice shifting somewhere above you, and some old animal part of you, older than language, just wants to be somewhere else. Holt wanted instructions, how to open it, how to work it. I gave her nothing for 3 days. I kept reading the marks as words, names, prayers, warnings, none of it held together, and she watched me fail with a patience that frightened me more than shouting ever could have. She had the look of a woman who had watched cleverer people than me fail in that exact chair. Then, on the third night, cold and well past sleeping, I stopped reading it as language. And it changed under me, the way a word you have said too many times stops being a word. The marks were not names, they were numbers. The 4 faces were not decoration. The socket in the middle was meant to hold something. It was not a carving at all. It was a machine, and the writing over it was not a story. It was how you aim it. I have not told them it leads anywhere, because I do not know that. Nobody does. We are children who have found a heavy lock in the dark and have only just started to guess at the shape of the key. But here is the part I have told no one. The socket is not empty. There is already a number set into it. Someone put it there, from the far side, a very long time ago. And when I finally worked out what a number in that place is for, my hand stopped working. It is not a record of where someone went. It is something on its way, set and aimed and moving, toward this door, toward us. And every morning when I come down here and check it, the number is smaller than it was the day before. I should have gone to Holt. I should have gone straight up that lift and told her what was coming. Instead, I stayed. Because I am a dying man who has spent his whole life wanting to read the one sentence nobody else could. And here it was, glowing in front of me, and I had to be sure I had it right. I told myself I only wanted to be sure. I have told myself a great many comfortable things over the years. That was the last of them. So I read it aloud, just to be sure. The number in the old tongue, the way it was meant to be spoken. I felt the words leave my mouth, and I knew, the instant they did, that the writing was never meant only to be read. The door woke, all of it at once. The socket caught light. The 4 faces rang like a struck bell, and the dark in the middle of it was not dark anymore. It was deep, and it was moving. I tried to step back. The floor was already gone. I fell, through the cold, through the dark, and out into light. Grass, wind, a sun too big and too pale, hanging in a sky that was almost the right color. The door stood behind me on an empty plain. No ice, no base, no halt, and no way that I knew to get home. I am 68 years old. I have a year to live, less of it now. And I am standing on a world that is not mine, that I reached by reading a dead language aloud like a fool, with the only door home looming over me, and a number somewhere out in the dark that is getting smaller every day. It leads somewhere after all. And I am the first man from my world to find that out. 68 years old, dying and entirely alone on another Earth.